Here are some place value problems. Here the instructions ask us to find the value of the 5 in each number. For that first number, we have 157,286. Do remember that value is different than place value, so the value of the 5 in that number is 50,000, and we would write it as follows. For that next number, we had that find the value of the 5 in each number. Read that number for me. And that value of the 5 is worth 5 million. It is in the millions place, but the value of it is 5 million. For that final number, what number do we have? Remember, try not to say and. So we have 406,050,002. And the value of the 5 is just 50,000. So that's one type of problem we might face. In this type of problem, it's asking you what the place value of the underlying digit is. For that first number, what it's asking you again is the place value or place. What place is that underlying digit in? It's in the 100 millions place. And then so we write that out. In that next number, we have that 2 underlined. And then so we have the ones period, we'd have the thousands period, we have the millions period, and this particular place in the millions period is called the millions place. And then you'll notice I write it out millions, and I do write place there as well. Finally, that last one, what place value is that underlying digit in? Though it's worth 70,000, it is in the 10,000s place. So again, a difference between place value and value. Here we are asked what digit is in the 10 millions place. Reading that first number, we have 589,205,401. The 10 millions place is right here in that particular number. We think of the millions period, and then so we have in the millions place, and then we have in the 10 millions place. So the digit 8. 8, that's a digit. It's in the 10 millions place. For the next number then, 7 is in the 10 millions place. In this type of problem, we are asked to write the number in standard form. Standard form, hey, these are just numbers. We write these as their numbers. So the first one says 52,047,109. Go by the periods. 52 million. Fine. 52. 47,000. We need a 0 as a placeholder, and then we put a 4 and a 7. Finally, in the last period, the last 3 numbers would be what? It says 109, so the digits I write are 109. For that next problem, it says 603 million. Fine. 603. 521,000. 521. 8. In that period, 2 placeholders, and that 8 there. 8 goes there. 521,000. 521,000. Fine. 603 million. 603 million. You'll notice in each of those place values, there's 3 digits, except for this one right here, where it said 52 million. Each of those periods, that is, if I said something different. Remember, standard form is just the numbers. Given another problem, it says write each number in standard form. Right now, the way that it is given to us, this here is expanded notation. And then we're asked to write it back again in standard form. That's just those numbers. So we start with the millions period. It says 50 million, and we also have 3 million there. So we'll put a 5, 3 for the millions period. Within the thousands period, I have these two numbers right here, 60,000, 7,000. So I'll place a 0 in the 100,000s place, a 6 in the 10,000s place, and a 7 in that thousands placed. Finally, I have 200 plus 80. So in the ones period, I put a 2, 8, 0. That 8 in the number is worth 80, that 2 is worth 200, that 7 is worth 7,000, that 6 is worth 60,000, the 3 is worth 3 million, and that 5 is worth 50 million. We've got that number written in standard form, 53,067,280. There's another problem right there. Again, we'll go period by period, starting in the millions period. We get the numbers 7, 0, and 2. In the thousands period, there's only a 7. It should be worth 70,000. So we'll go ahead and place it as follows. A 0, 7, 0. Finally, we have the 300 plus 4 in the final period. So we would write 3, 0, 4. Again, I can look over to make sure those values are the correct values for each of those places within that number, and that number, it looks correct as well, and that there are 3 numbers in each of those periods. 702 million, 70,000, 304. Remember those zeros as placeholders. Alright, in this final example, we're asked to write each number in word form. It's basically just reading the number. So that first number is 37,205,601, and then we would just write that out for each of those periods. 37, and that was 37 what? Million. We put a comma there, and next it says 205,000. I've written that out, place a comma, then finally it says 601. So that is 37,205,601. I just read it by looking at the number, and this is what I wrote, 37,205,601. What would the word form be for this one right here? Again, we start in the millions period. That's 187. 187 million. Looking at that next period, there's just a 2, and it's in the thousands place. 187 million, 2,000. Another comma, and then the last period in the ones period, it says 501. So you write it out, 501. Looking at that again, 187 million, 2,501. 187,002,501.